This house is not very stereotypical.
As designers, we always look to functionality. When we were planning the house, we said, okay, it's small, but let's make it very functional. You have little details here that recall an industrial aesthetic. I'm Giovanni.
And I'm Cecilia.
We are graphic designers.
And yeah, we open our own studio.
It's called Paper. We do graphic design,
branded entity,
editorial design.
This apartment is 45 square meters.
This flat is a one-bedroom flat.
Giovanni is super nerd, and you can notice that from the house, like it's filled by books. I'm not at that level of nerdman. Those are my childhood encyclopedia.
It's your 2% of books.
We have a lot of arts from friends, and that's really nice because you can populate the house with people you connect with and are part of your life somehow. The apartment is located in California. The station is called California.
But it's really in the southwest of Milan.
Yeah.
It's a very residential neighborhood, very quiet. So you have a bit of everything, but it's not too busy. When we found the house, we immediately wanted to renovate it. We have these architects friends from Brescia called the Associates Architecture. Very modernist, very clean. They really understand our style, our needs.
This is where our flat is.
The apartment is on the first floor.
We have a nice area outside where we can keep and storage our bikes. The building has been renewed recently, and they try to recover all these beautiful paintings and restore them. So that's the entrance of our flat. It can seem quite small, but it's indeed quite warm and welcoming.
This is probably the first acquisition we did for the house. It's a drawing by Saul Steinberg. We really wanted something iconic to be the first thing you see when you open the door.
When we get in, we remove the shoes and the coats, we put them there, and the keys are here.
The blue floor, we wanted the corridor to be a sort of statement. I mean, we really wanted to play with colors.
So we say that the corridor is our gallery.
The bookshelf is a sort of backbone of the house. It guides you to the end of the corridor. We really wanted it to be a structural element of the house. The bookshelf is 27 centimeters. We calculated it on the largest books we had. We designed it together with the architects. It's been produced by artisans in Brescia, town close by. The bookshelf is made of aluminium. We really like the aesthetic of it. It's actually hanging from the ceiling, so it's fixed on the ceiling.
Those are my childhood encyclopedia.
It's your 2% of books.
My favorite one of the 15, it's called Fare e Costruire. It's this one. The books of the how and the why, and I love that. In terms of unlocking creativity, it's definitely useful. Like, this is about fancy dresses, about circus. This edition is from 1967.
The bookshelves, we wanted it to be facing inward to get the least sunlight possible.
It's the darkest area of the house, so by doing that we take advantage of it, and it allows us to walk through all the posters and arts.
Moscow 80, Munich 72 and Mexico 68. Olympic Games have always had very great identities. As graphic designers, it's like also the dream job, you know. The only slot dedicated to anything that is not books.
In Italian we say svuotatasche. Svuotatasche is usually like an object that what we have at the entrance. You just throw everything you have in your pocket.
If you're sleeping on a sofa bed right now, it's largely because of this family. Multifunctional furniture as we know it was pioneered by Campeggi, a family business and brand founded in 1959, halfway between Milan and Lake Como. If you don't know the name Campeggi, you should, because we have a lot to thank these godfathers of what they call convertible furniture. We take convertible furniture for granted these days. Walk into any luxury showroom and you'll find sofas that become beds, beds that become lounge sets that split and divide, cell-like, into chairs, chairs that morph back into sofas. Flexibility is a core principle of modern design, but Campeggi were making multifunctional furniture before the industry even had a name for such things. Our current favourite is Brando, produced by Campeggi and designed by the award-winning Giuseppe Arezzi, a collapsible camp bed that resembles a giant upholstered centipede. Part chair, part recliner, part poof. Brando looks delightfully like it's about to crawl out of the living room door.
At the end of the corridor, we have the living room, which is also the kitchen. Whatever is up here is all stuff that we don't browse that much. The bookshelves guide you to the next space. Here we wanted a much clearer and lighter floor color because we needed to make the most of the light we have. So
also we wanted to look bigger, so all these whites really makes you feel in a big room.
The last thing we hanged is this print by Enzo Mari, and we really liked the blue of the sky, the blue of the corridor. They're all illustrations from people we've worked with or we're friends with.
So everybody thinks this is me.
I bought that from an illustrator from Pesaro, Cecilia's hometown. I really thought it was her. It was not her.
I say, this is me and this is Giovanni. I love the kitchen because it's so handy and compact. It's so big in a way. It takes the whole wall, so it's much bigger than a normal kitchen. Kind of an industrial kitchen. So we decided to keep it blank for two reasons mainly. The first is that we wanted to add a layer of waterproof paint to make it easy to wash. The second reason is that we have a projector.
I think also the depth that you gain not having storage above really helps the room to feel bigger and wider.
We didn't want to have the fan, yeah. We decided to have it here. When it starts, it's quite noisy. You see? Yeah. But it works very well.
The stainless steel of the kitchen is all one piece.
That came from the window. They had to
drag it in from the window. It's one piece.
Unique piece, yeah. There's many storage places.
It's wooden inside.
You can see here we have the glasses. Here we get the dishwasher.
Luckily enough, they are exactly the height of the drawer. So they fit, they fit like perfectly.
Lastly, we got a tiny fridge. So that's one of the challenges of the house, because the fridge and the freezer are so small, we really have to, it forces us to buy fresh food, but it's okay, you just have to get used to that. Pull it up or down, and you can also use it to wash
up
out.
and down.
Some people ask us how we take care of the stainless steel. This one is specific for grills.
It's very greasy.
It cleans and it leaves it sort of
Nourished.
Yeah, nourished. Yeah, we really wanted this space to be welcoming to people.
We really, really love to have friends over. We've been doing a lot of dinners here, especially because of the way this room is organized. It very much allows us to have people over.
The table is an interesting feature of the room here. We custom designed it and made it with the architects. We really wanted it to be on wheels because we wanted to be free to move it around. We asked the architects to come up with an idea for a table that could be flipped. And it's this sort of navy blue on the other end, on the other side.
Here we have 6 chairs, but when we have more friends over, we just open those chairs. They're super clean.
Around the table.
Yeah, so we do 3, 3, 1, 1. That's a metallic pantry, just because we wanted to, first of all, decorate a little bit the room, but also have things at ends when like we have breakfast, we pick up things, or when we chill on the sofa, there's chocolate.
And we also needed somewhere to put the projector. We have these curtains in both the rooms, and they're attached to a stainless steel wire. That's an idea we actually stole from my mother's house.
Actually, the curtains themselves we stole from
the curtains, we actually stole them from my mother's house. They come directly from there. The wire, we stole the idea.
But also we needed something that covered the split. That's the aircon, but in the winter we use it for warming up the room. So this cord that goes right in front of the split allows us to adding an element that makes the atmosphere warmer, in my opinion.
As I said, these curtains come from my mother's house. Our ceilings are a bit lower, so we needed to find a fix for this, and we just use a rubber band to tie them up like this.
We plant herbs. In Italian we call them the odori, which means the spices. So we have rosemary, we have salvia, lemongrass. So we produce them and use them while cooking. When we have dinner with friends, we just open the door and everybody hangs out in this area. So this is a nice corner of this big room. It's the corner where we usually put this light, because in the night we project movies and TV on the wall. This is useful for us to eat while watching because it's not too bright.
This trolley here, we found it at my mother.
I think they used to be something they used
it at a company that she used to have, and we just recycled it this way. But yeah, the useful thing is to be able to move the plants towards the sun whenever they need to. This is a little table. They were designed by Sabine Marcellis for IKEA. A couple of years ago, they did this collaboration.
So yeah, when friends stop over, we just move these, move the table a little bit, and back here, the legs. And it becomes a bed.
Above the sofa, we have two artworks by Elisa Seitzinger. It's one element that also, together with the curtains, helped us with the acoustics, populating the walls with stuff, with paintings, and these, being fabric made, helped us a lot.
When renewing the house, we decided we wanted to put all the effort, economically wise, in the living room. Then the bedroom is quite basic.
IKEA furniture, nice and clean, but very basic. Originally, the door of the bedroom was here, but the architects decided to move it so it is centered in the room, and also it allowed us to have a better partition of the bookshelves. The floor of the bedroom is green, so you have this nice contrast between blue and green. The dark color helps us make it sort of cozy and warm. The bedroom needed to be practical and functional. The thing we spent the most time looking for was the mattress.
I made fun of Giovanni because he wanted to put so much effort in finding the perfect mattress.
I had a lot of fun going and testing mattresses. It's very soft and it has two sides, one a little harder and one very, very, very soft. So yeah, probably the mattress is the most expensive thing in the room.
Another important thing is the wardrobe.
From IKEA, which is amazing that it perfectly fit.
We got clothing, and then storage.
Storage and shoes here.
Joe, you hardly been here.
Yes.
Well, it's very messy.
What we would like to do is to solve better the space up there.
Definitely. Or somehow cover it at least.
Yeah.
Today we are lucky, there's such a beautiful sun. It will take some time, but we planted two jasmine over there so they can fully cover the aircon machine. Of course, in the night we need to use the shutters. You see how everything changes. So that's my side of the bed. That's where I wake up every morning. And it's very simple and easy. I got my lamp here. It's an eclipse, so I can decide how strong I want the light to be by turning the wheel.
This is my side of the bedroom, and this is also where we host our vacuum cleaner. This one, it goes with the one we have in the living room, the Bordeaux one, and they're metallic and very nice, easy to move around. Colors look nice with the floor, so.
So the first room that you can find entering the house is the bathroom. The first thing you find is this area where we store all the things that we need for doing laundry. So there is a washing machine up here, all the products to clean the house. It's very messy. It's a bit messy. It's the bucket where we put dirt clothes. We chose curtains because we could have made them less impactful. Having a door would have been conflicting with this other door. It's just a nice resolution for the tiny space we had here.
The idea in the bathroom was for everything to have the least element possible. We wanted it to be with tiles that recall the work of Super Studio, of course. The main issue here was this step. With 5x5 tiles, we had more comfort to manage the modules and make them fit the pre-existing space. All the piping is in the wall. Yeah, this one we made it because we needed some sort of shelving here.
So this is like a nice and useful storage thing. This storage doesn't go all the way to the floor, just because it feels lighter and also like creates some space for, I don't know, the scale or anything we want to storage underneath.
In this area of the bathroom, we have this Red Cross, which hosts medicines, and I don't want to sound like I stole everything from my mother's house, but that came from my mother's house. Actually, from my own old room in my mother's house, so I mean, still. In this area, we have the bidet, which is a must for an Italian house, no matter how small.
So this is a shower. It's quite big for being a shower, which we love. So at first we wanted to have a very big shower head to make the shower more comfortable, but unfortunately it couldn't come from the top. We were forced to have it on this side and have it this size. But it's still okay, because when you close the door, it creates some sort of a sauna. In the shower we needed a shelf because it would have been too expensive, of course, to customize the door in order for it to accommodate this shelf to continue. We decided to just have a very simple black metallic shelf over there where we store everything we need, shampoo and brush and anything. When it comes to home, I really like to unplug, like having a space where to just feel comfortable, cooking and reading books. It's a playground, I like that, yeah.
For me, it meant a space that I could design and plan as we really wanted to. I've been living in like rented spaces, which I kept very messy. I felt they were like very temporary. I thought maybe I'm just lazy. In the end, buying this house proved me right. Like, I got my house and I really took care of it. I mean,
like, it means that you're shaping the house around yourself, and it's a few simple things that makes the house your own one.
Sign up to our newsletter for subscriber-only content and exclusive offers. Visit nevertoosmall.com/subscribe.